The Daily Purge. Yeah, I missed it yesterday. Sorry, guys. Jet lag's kicking my butt, so I sort of passed out here. I said I'll do the Daily Purge in a few minutes. I freaking passed out, so I'm sure you understand. I'm in Houston, Texas, as you may know, and finished up my treatments today for my back, which was quite amazing. Painful, very, very painful, but it was amazing. And looking forward to great results as well. And today I want to talk about something real simple that everybody in the world needs and everybody in the world wants, and that's fulfillment. Fulfillment is something that everyone chases. It's like a thing that we know that we need, and sometimes we don't know that we need it, and we're wondering why we're not happy. And then we try to get happy by gaining fulfillment or let's say significance in our lives through buying stuff, through getting more, through looking for compliments, for trying to find people that are going to make you feel good about yourself. And these are all things that, of course, at some time in life, some point in life, all of us go through that, and it makes sense. We understand that, but fulfillment doesn't come from the outside. I can tell you, it just doesn't come from the outside. And no matter how hard we try, no matter how hard we try to get fulfillment from the outside, it'll never work. Why? Because anything on the outside will add to what you have. It will not be a foundation. So if you don't have a foundation of happiness, someone outside of you can't make you happy. And we all know that in a relationship, the other person being responsible for your happiness gives them leverage. And no one wants to hang out with that very long. Hey, Pat, how's bone cracking going? Almost done, man. I finished today. Hey, brother, been a while. How's things? All right, Mark, good to hear from you. Good to see from you. And so if I'm responsible for my partner's happiness, then that's not going to last very long because I'm going to feel pressure all the time. And what about my happiness, right? I'm happy with myself. So of course I can help her with her baseline. With her happierness. I call it happierness because if you don't have your own baseline happiness, then it's going to be hard for you to stay happy and support me, the other 50% of the partnership, right? It's key. And to the point, it gets even deeper. And you've heard me say this before, is that to the degree that you love, accept, and embrace yourself is to the degree that anyone else can love, embrace, and accept yourself. What's up, Jay? How you doing, brother? Right? And if you think about it like that, it makes sense. I know every single one of you in your life at one time probably had a girlfriend or a boyfriend that they were great and they were too great. They were too good to you. They were too much. They gave too much. They were there too much. They loved you too much, right? Or some aspect of that too much. Well, that too much was only too much because you didn't love yourself that much, embrace yourself that much, or accept yourself that much. Hey, William, how you doing, brother, man? Semper Fi. And it is so key to understand that. If you're having issues on the outside, whatever you see out there, it's already in here. So if you have issues with people across from you, then you know it's actually about you. It's not about them. So if you see what's out there, it's in here always. All right. And so fulfillment doesn't come from the outside. It can absolutely not come from the outside. It can make you happier if you have a baseline of fulfillment in what it is that you do. And fulfillment typically comes through selfless acts, usually comes through things bigger than yourself, bigger missions. Like, for instance, when I was in the military, or William or Mark were in the military, we had a fulfillment that was so much bigger than ourselves because we wrote a blank check and said, we're serving our country. Whether or not you believe that's a whole other story, right? But that's the key. We had that thing. We got out of the military, we lose that, right? We lose that purpose. We lose that mission, that fulfillment. And then we go on to search. And just like everybody else, we seek on the outside. Let me get a good job. I'm going to get a lot of money. Yes, I made it. I did it. 5 months later, you're like, man, this is not what I was talking about. This is not it. Right? So I'm going to go self-employed. So you get self-employed. You quit the job, go self-employed. Oh my God, I'm self-employed now. And you're like, yes, I'm busting. And then you're like busting your ass 18 hours a day. You're like, wait, this can't be it either. Where's my damn fulfillment? You're not going to find it on the outside. You're not going to find it on the outside. Why? Because the outside's a distraction. Everything on the outside is a distraction. There's nothing on the outside that you don't already have on the inside. And if you can embrace and you can harness that power that you already have on the inside, your life will change. And see what we got here. Relates to the oxygen mask and plane scenario. Puts yours on before anyone else. So there's, you can't help yourself. You can't help anybody else. Amen, Mark Dudek. William, have peace with yourself and you will have peace with everything else. Yes, peace. Define peace, William. I served with a couple of great men who had the blank check cashed. And I hear that, brother. Me too. Right? Me too. And many more who, gave it up later, unfortunately. So when I'm looking for fulfillment, I have to ask myself, what am I missing in my life right now that doesn't make me feel fulfilled? And it's hard to be fulfilled completely alone. Let's say you live alone. When I was in the monastery living with the monks, I was completely fulfilled because I had the spiritual fulfillment that was incredible, and that just trumps everything else. Living in the moment is peace. Exactly, Brett. How you doing, brother? Good to see you again. And so these moments that we have where we need that fulfillment, it pays in dividends to look within. Like, what is it? What's inside of me that's missing? Where's the hole? Where's the gap? Right? And it typically comes down to self-love, self-acceptance, and embracing oneself for who you are. And when you do that, you become the real you, the true you, the one that people want to be with, the one that draws people to you. And I can't say, it's like walking in your power, right? Peace, knowing I own the moment. There you go, brother. Own your presence, own the moment. That peace that you have when you own your moment, when you own your presence and everything that you are, good and bad. When you do that one time, you'll never want to go back. Because as soon as you do that, well, put it this way. What was I talking about today? I was talking to somebody else today about this, and I gave them an example. Yeah, okay. This is it. I control my outcome. Yeah, dictate your outcome. That's right. Whoa, monastery. I'll message you curious about that. Okay, Brett. Yeah, it's in the book, Unleash Your Humble Alpha. Read it. It's the whole story's in there. Or you can message me too. So check it out. When I was a kid, Brett knows this because I was a kid with Brett. When I was a kid, my name, Stephen Eugene Kuhn, right? I hated Eugene and I hated Kuhn. Kuhn because they would say things like Kuhn, the big baboon. And they would just make stupid, names about it because it rhymed with stupid stuff. And it really bothered me, right? It really bothered me. And Eugene, my middle name, I never said it. I never mentioned it. I didn't tell anybody. Because in America, Eugene is someone with black horn rimmed glasses. Oh, I have black horn rimmed glasses. And white tape in the middle, like Urkel, whatever. And so I hated it. And everybody would make fun of me all the time of my name. And it drove me nuts. Until one day, I actually realized that name comes from the 1500s. And it's gone through time, 500 years of time that's carried the tradition with my last name, And it just made me realize, like, wow, Eugene was my dad's middle name. It goes back in time. Kuhn, the last name, goes back in time. I actually like this name. I'm actually proud of this name, right? What did I say? Flutterjohn. Try Flutterjohn. Okay, sorry. Did I say the wrong name? Sorry. And as soon as I accepted that I love my name, and I didn't have to say a word, as soon as I accepted that I love my name, guess what? No one ever cracked a joke again. I didn't have to say a word. Why? Because I didn't hear it anymore. I didn't see it anymore. It didn't bother me. I wasn't controlling it. I wasn't creating it. Because the fact that you say, oh man, I hate these people always calling my name and stuff, you're actually calling that to yourself. You're actually calling it to yourself. Thanks, brother. And it's a weird thing to talk about, but I only realize this when I go through my life. And when we wrote the book, we articulated our life. And as you articulate your life, you come up with lessons that you learned back then, but you never realized, and that was one of them. That as soon as I embraced who I was, as far as my name goes, everyone else embraced it. And it was effortless. Before that, they were busting me out, calling me names. I'll never forget third grade, man. It was like the hardest time of my life. My second third grade, actually, is I failed the first one. Yeah, been there. Tease mercilessly, shorty. Once I embrace it, it no longer bother Karen, right? And it no longer bother anybody else. That's the cool thing about it. And that proves to you what I keep saying is that the world around you will always mirror your energy. Always. If you love yourself, embrace yourself, and accept yourself, everyone else will. Period. And then you don't have to try to appease, make somebody happy, fulfill somebody else, and do that. You're just yourself, and everybody's happy with you because you're happy with yourself. And you're going to attract the right partners. You're going to attract the right business partners. You're going to attract the right collaborations and joint ventures and friends and everything else automatically, because that's a frequency. That's a frequency where people at that level will always meet, right? They will always meet at that frequency. And I see it all the time. I was on a journey. I think I said this the other night. People called me Flying John. I remember Brett. On my journey here, I went from Budapest to Munich, Munich to Newark, Newark to Houston. And along the way, I met so many incredibly amazing people that were at my frequency. And when I say my frequency, I can sit and talk to them about what I'm talking to you about right now. And it was overwhelming, the amount of people that I was approached by or ran into or sat beside in every single stop of the way. It was just mind blowing. And it just goes to show you that as long as I'm embracing, accepting, and loving myself, I'm putting out that energy, and everyone else will do the same back at you because they mirror your energy. You don't believe me? Be mad at somebody. See how quick they get mad at you. Right? You don't believe me? Go up to somebody and be super friendly and see how quickly they turn into someone friendly back to you. That's what it happens. This really works well in relationships, by the way, in case you're wondering. I tried it out extensively. I just learned it too late. Anyway, greetings from Houston. I hope you're all doing all right. Looking forward to taking off tomorrow to Peru. Lane is already on his way. We have some of the people that are already there in Peru. It's going to be an epic 8-day journey. William, wish you were there. Brett, would have been cool if you were there as well. Karen, Mark, one day maybe you're all going to head down with us and meet us in Peru, because it is life changing. It's pretty freaking awesome. So Jay, you can come out too, and of course Pat. So who now lives in Bali, by the way. So remember, fulfillment comes through the inner work, and the people who will show you how great you are will show you what you're showing them. If it's out there, it's in here. They will mirror your energy. Your energy has to be one of love, acceptance, and embracing yourself. And they will do the same to you. And that will help you with the fulfillment. Same day for sure. All right. I had to repeat second gate. There we go. See, and we both joined the military. And wonder what that says about that. Yay, next time I'm in. All right, Patty, let's do it. William, next time. All right. Brett, it is incredible, brother. Join us next time. Or come on down starting tomorrow. Last minute, nothing like it. All right. Everybody have a fantastic one. Thanks so much for tuning in. Houston, not my favorite city, I got to admit, not my favorite place to be. But doctor right across the street from this hotel, 2 treatments a day for 3 days. I'm a different man. Got a headache still from all the cracking and adjusting from the chiropractor, but man, it was good. And it's so good. My business partner was there from Australia. I was there from Hungary. There was a guy from Belgium. There was a guy from Canada. There was a guy from California. There was a guy from Mexico, I think, as well. All came to this like random location here for this chiropractor who does these amazing treatments. Yeah. So, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? All right, everybody, have a fantastic one. And remember, it's all about quality of life. See you tomorrow. Safe journey, brother. Thank you so much, Mark.